we're a product of a long lineage of um, human beings. And we're not at all that special. Our experience is not at all that special. It's a pattern. It's very individual experience, but at the same time, it's something that's emotions, experiences, ups and lows. They've experienced, older people have experiences, the past generation have experienced it. So, it's good to be grounded to the wisdom of. So, this is my rent for living on planet Earth. 3 bags of trash. My rent for a week. Yeah, let's place it beside the road. That's our roadside. I hope that's okay. Oh, welcome to our park. It's a small park, and I come here every week to pick up trash at least once a week. So today, I'd like to talk about comparisons, letting go, and contentment. Because what better way to, you know, um, heal ourselves or to cope with a situation than talk about it? And at the same time, what better way to share your insights about contentment or letting go when you are currently going through a situation. I hope I'm not moving the camera a lot and it's not bothering you. But yeah, so anyway, I've been, um, I received another job rejection. I've been trying to move up from my job because I've been doing my job for 3.5 years and I transferred to another company, still the same. So I kind of want to do a different thing. Not really different. It's still part of teaching, but a different role. Um, and I felt like I've I've come to learn what I needed to learn already from being a teacher. Although, of course, you could argue that learning from teaching is an endless, lifelong project. Um, the wind is so nice. Yeah. So, whether it's a job rejection or comparison in social media or comparison with your peers, it all comes to the same emotion, the same feeling, right? The feeling that either you're not enough, whatever it's coming from. For me, it's not because it's about skills, but I mostly ascribe it to the color of my skin. You know how they prefer, uh, you know, teachers here in Asia, teachers of English are who have white skin color. So yeah, and apart from that, yeah, I could see my co-teachers from my previous job and their managers, their senior teachers, they're holding higher position or they in a different job. And my situation couldn't give me that professional mobility. So yes, that's the condition right now. And when I received the rejection yesterday, I felt sad for a little bit. Surprisingly, I thought it could take longer, but then I was able to recover right away. Maybe because, or I ascribe this mostly to my my meditation practice, my practice to go to my inner self, to that self that notices all these things that are happening to myself, that is able to identify the feelings, the sensations, the thoughts, that self that stays the same all while things are changing, all while um, all while situations are changing. And I'm trying to, develop my relationship more into that inner part of me, my inner self, and develop it in a way that aligns with values that gives me vitality, values of understanding, values of love, values of kindness. That's why we're doing this cleaning in this park. And I'd like my inner self to be more identified to this, you know, life affirming and life upholding values, because most of the time we're very distracted with the things around us. Lots of distraction right now. Social media, the internet, things that we watch on TV, opportunities, um, and that we neglect that part of us. And yeah, I've been actually thinking about contentment because um, it's true that I don't get as much opportunity as, my other international friends get. And I'd like to think of it right now not as my deficit, but rather something that would provide me um, good energy. Because imagine if I have all of this of opportunities like them. It's like social media. You have everything in front of you. You you scroll as often as you could, and you flip from one channel to another, and then you forget yourself. And I have this colleague who actually she's full-time teacher, and then she went part-time because she wanted to do another job in the daytime, and she was able to take the job. But then that new job denied her. And so she had to find again. And she said, "Oh, no, I'm not worried. It's easy to find a job." Well, of course, it's easy to find a job for her. So she has these opportunities. And if I were in that place, I'd probably be so distracted. I'm a person who wants to be in a particular place at a particular time. And it's not to say that it's bad. It's just that's her situation. We have different situations. But I'm trying to look from this perspective that I'm built in this body that wants to stay put. And yes, yeah, I did get that transfer to another city, but if I dwell on it for a longer time, I'd lose energy. And it's not about suppressing your feelings or suppressing your emotions, but more, of course, I know how to acknowledge it. I know how to acknowledge my loss, my feel of not my need of not being seen. But I also have to look at it and give it a meaning in a way that make me move through my day. And that is what contentment is about, which I learned from this meditation practice, which is, being in the present moment, being with the flow. And to most of us, a flow is understood as that state of mind where we are in this productivity mode, that everything is just right, and we can write long essays, or we can paint, or which are all good things. But for the meditation practice, flow means being in the present moment and accepting where you are and being aligned to this noticing self, your inner self, your awareness. And you're not distracted with whatever is happening outside of you. Of course, you acknowledge them happening, but you're not, you're not distracted about thoughts of the past, being nostalgic or being melancholic or being sad about it. And you're not worried about the future. You are just purely in the present moment, being with your sensations and being with your experience. And of course, that's hard to do. That's why we need practice. That's why we need to sit down and meditate. And that's why we need to listen to um, teachings, whatever teachings you have, anything that comes from your culture. Wisdom is always really best when acquired from your very own culture, and that's how you get grounded in the first place, so that it doesn't serve as an escape for you, but rather as an acknowledgement of your own reality, and you understand it through your context, and you don't have the tendency to misinterpret it because you have guidance from people around you. And I'm just very lucky right now that although meditation is not a thing of my culture in the Philippines, I have friends who can guide me, and I'm in Vietnam, which mostly a Buddhist country, and I've also had developed my sensibilities in my very own culture as a person from the indigenous communities in the Philippines. And yes, why am I saying that? So, going back to presence, okay? So it's about having this wisdom from age old, because we're a product of a long lineage of um human beings. And we're not at all that special. Our experience is not at all that special. It's a pattern. It's very individual experience, but at the same time, it's something that's emotions, experiences, ups and lows. They've experienced, older people have experiences, the past generation have experienced it. So, it's good to be grounded to the wisdom of the past. And of course, when you try to go inside of yourself, to let go of the distractions and the comparisons, you gain something of value that would, keep you moving on for the day, keep you moving on from that loss of opportunity, or from that feeling of not being seen. Um, they're they're all actually inside of you, and you can never get validation from outside that would last as long as that which you give yourself. Whatever you get from the outside, it's very fleeting, it changes. So yes, best to be in the present. And how to do that? Get in touch with your inner self. And one practice is through meditation, or do meditative practices like gardening, weaving, painting. Those are all meditative practices, because it turns you inwards of yourself. And second thing is learn from teachings and listen to the experiences of uh, you know, of your elders, or of your own community, the wisdom of your community, the wisdom of your people, and wisdom of spiritual teachings. If you're Christian, if you're Muslim, or if you're Buddhist, it's best to look at them, and they'll help us move forward and, be more accepting of where we are, and be humbled by that. Because yes, we've got lots of blind spots, actually. Lots and lots of blind spots. And that is what it is teaching me right now, because this park is so beautiful. It's making me feel good. Yeah, just lots of practice on the awareness of what we know and also what we don't know, so that we don't focus only on one thing. Rather, we spread our awareness to, um, you know, to those that are available to us right now, like this nice, cool wind, the view of the river, the flowers around. And that's all for my blabbering today. I'll see you later.